Welcome to greencardguys.tv. You need to know this. Do not give up on your legal status. Many people fail to respond to RFE or file an application before the deadline. This is why we offer a strategy session for 15 minutes at no cost to you. Not everyone qualifies. First, you need to speak with our CARES team. We receive many requests, so we recommend you answer a few questions on our website, greencardguys.com. Our mission is to help people live and work in America legally. Go ahead and subscribe below and follow and share. Talk to you soon. What's happening? Today is June 17th, 2025. All right, and today we're happy to answer immigration questions. All right, if you have any questions, please drop it in the comment section. I missed going live yesterday, I believe. I kept trying to go live and then got one meeting after another meeting. So here's some things you need to know. If you're a first time here, put the number 1 in the comment section. I'm always curious how far the channel's reached. I'll be here for at least 15, 30 minutes, okay? Now, if I know some of you have been watching and listening to what I have to share, thank you so much for your loyalty here at the Green Card Guys community. Of course, if you, even though you've been watching for a while, there's always a couple people that say you told me that they've been watching for a while, but maybe you've been a bit shy to ask a question. So please feel free to ask a question. You can join live as a guest. If you're on YouTube and Facebook, you can email in to get the link to join this platform. But if you're on TikTok, they make it even easier. You don't have to email in. I think the little people icon is right around here. Okay. So what I try to do is share insights, provide guidance to where that maybe you don't even need an attorney in general. Okay. I think I share more information than other attorneys. Let's just put it that way. I could be wrong, but anyways, because a lot of you have already talked to a lawyer and you already followed a case and you're thinking, well, do I really need to talk to a lawyer at all? Maybe not, but maybe. And here's at least 4 scenarios where you need to definitely talk to a lawyer. If anything, to make sure you're doing it the right way. I know some attorneys don't like to give that advice, but number 1, when you receive a request for evidence, RFE, that is the government telling you they need more evidence, so you need to reply. It's not a voluntary situation. It is mandatory if you want to get approved. If you don't reply and mail back something or upload documents to your online account before the deadline, they're going to deny your case. Okay. Here's a second. And by the way, it's 87 days response by mail. So a little less than 3 months, you might think, oh, that might be enough time, but it depends what they're asking for. Sometimes some of y'all's birth certificate is from, of course, a different country, and the one you have is not according to the Department of State rules. Okay. We follow reciprocity chart. So here's a second scenario. When you receive a notice of intent to deny, NOID, that's the government also saying, yeah, you're going to have to give us significant relevant evidence to overturn their thinking that they're leaning towards a denial. Now, please know, notice of intent to deny is not the same thing as denial, because if they were just going to deny you, they would just send a denial letter. Okay, so it's 2 different things right there. So I always like to think positively. The NOID and the RFE are opportunities, your final opportunity to provide relevant evidence. Now, some of you say like, well, how about like these photos? Yeah, photos are helpful, but they're not sending RFE and NOID for photos, right? That's what we call like, that's not on a priority list. Okay, that's typically that's on the bottom of our checklist. Okay, congrats, AKE Akzali Sam. I can't pronounce your names. I'm sorry. I try. Thank you so much for your questions. And then the third scenario is if you actually get denied, a denial letter. Okay, you have less than 30 days to file a motion to reconsider or reopen. Now, you don't always have to file the motion to reconsider or reopen. It might just require to refile the case in general. It depends on the circumstances. But there's at least one scenario where you definitely need to file that 290B form, and is if they allege marriage fraud, sham marriage, then you definitely need to file the 290B. Okay. And the fourth scenario is if your case has been delayed, been stuck, and you don't know it's even considered stuck. We're happy to share those insights. Let me know in the comment section if you think your case has been stuck or delayed. Put the letter D for delayed, and let me know the month and year that you filed the case, the receipt date, and I can share some insight. Now, just by default, if you file adjustment of status, you can just put AOS or you don't put anything. But if you file petition only, put in, like, for example, you receipt date January 2024, just put in the petition or 130. They don't know. Okay. Put in the letter D for delayed if that's what you think it is. All right, let me go back to the top of the comments here. All right, hope y'all are doing well. Cameron, we're located in Houston, Texas, and of course, we do help with. We do guide clients wherever you live. You could be in Alaska, Greenland, Iceland. We'll help you out, no problem. Let's see here. Faisal, hello to you. You have a question. How long does U visa process take? You filed your application. You filled or you filed? Okay, good. So it seems like you filed it. You got your U visa work permit. Okay, wonderful. It takes about 5 years. We have a message board between attorneys across the country, and some. I know the last time someone probably said they got like a recent approval, I believe was 2020. I could be wrong. So it takes at least 5 years, and that's not because USCIS says automatically like this type of application U visa needs to take 5 years. It's, if anyone doesn't know, it's U visa is a victim of a crime application. It doesn't matter if it's um, what's it called, a case again like a debut. It was abused by your spouse or anything. It could be anyone. You could have gone to a bar. A lot of scenarios we've learned about is like people that's like a store clerk, worked at a gas station or something, and they got robbed. Okay, at gunpoint, unfortunately. Pew pew. I guess that's what I'm supposed to say. Um, but they take a long time because there's only 10,000 visas available, U visas available per fiscal year. And you would think initially, like, oh, that's like a lot. No, it's not. There's a lot of crime committed by not just immigrants, by the way, whoever's a conservative out there. There's like all sorts of people. Because, it's not just immigrants committing crimes, whatever the MAGA people think. Shawl, how about I-130 biometrics? How long more will you have to wait? Uh, well, waiting for what? The biometrics? I mean, if you file I-130 only, there's no biometrics. If you filed I-130 with the 765 and the 485, then that can take like a couple months maybe for biometrics. Sometimes it could be like a couple weeks after you file your case. Sometimes fairly quick. All right, y'all. By the way, I think y'all are doing a great job so far. Thank you so much. But just in case, if you just joined, you don't have to copy and paste questions. I'm trying to go in the order we receive them as quickly as possible. So you're welcome to join the live show, especially if you have a couple more questions or if I'm slow to answer you. Okay, and sometimes TikTok does hide comments, questions. Sometimes I can see them and sometimes I cannot. Let's see. Like, for example, success story. We just got a couple cases approved last week on the same day or the next day. I showed online. Sometimes it could take a while. We've been very fortunate about USCIS being fairly quick on that. But for example, one that I think was approved on last Tuesday, that case is filed in February 2025. This year, biometrics done the next month, March 2025, and then late April, actually April, they got the work permit. And then in May is when we received the interview notice for June. Okay. So that was about what, 4 months? Pretty quick. Now, please know in general, yes, we're excited for quick processing, quick getting scheduled for interview in general. But please know there's a reason. The USCIS currently no longer has a goal of quick processing times. That's not the reason why they're doing this. What I believe, okay, is that they're scheduling the interviews quickly because they want to process people out, unfortunately. Because if people get denied the application, they want to get them out of America sooner than later. Okay. And plus, practically speaking, they're able to quickly have these interviews more quickly than before because the federal government agencies have a return to work policy, the workplace. Okay. Isn't that interesting? The government all this time could have been processing cases a lot faster. So, of course, this quick scheduling of interview is not a concern for everyone, but maybe just for a couple of y'all, especially if you. The reason I say it's a concern, really a trap for some people, is if they just scheduled, well, not just scheduled, they just got married. And before marriage, they had a short engagement period, maybe like a month or two. And maybe you've only known each other for like a month before that. So not much time. Not here to judge, just here to share some insights. But because you've known each other for such a short time, let's just say less than 6 months, and then you got married. To each your own, by the way, of course. Like maybe you already know who you wanna be with. That's cool. But for USCIS, they're gonna be like, where's your evidence? Supplemental evidence, right? When the cases have taken about 8 to 12 months, that's beneficial in a way because you have time to build more evidence so that when you gather them for the interview, you could bring it to the interview. Okay. That's right. The person with the watermelon, you wait for a long time, constant process. They could always schedule sooner. Do they want to? No, they don't. They don't care. There are KPIs. There is probably no KPI in government sector for immigration to say process cases faster. For us, yeah, I give my team a KPI, key performance indicator, to get these cases filed sooner than later. Um, but of course, depending on which plan you sign up with us. Life with Sansia. You know, please tell your friend to contact us because we do file mandamus lawsuits. We love to sue the government. All right, I'm going to try my best to answer questions as in the order that I receive them. But if you do want to go through a shortcut way, it's to join live. Okay, join as a guest if you want to. No pressure, because I'm the one feeling on the pressure right now to answer these questions. Thank you so much for your trust for me to answer. Um, Now, of course, I'm just another lawyer on social media. If you want to verify that you can find my information trustworthy, please Google search our name, Green Card Guys Law Group, or my name, John Ting. Okay, I've been doing this for 13 plus years, and immigration law has changed one way or another a lot in the last 6 years or so because of, well, I guess 8 years, right? Because of Trump. I mean, even without Trump, the immigration law policies change, right? But with Trump, it's like almost every week there's something. So that's one of the reasons why it's beneficial to have a lawyer on your team with you and your Pookie Bear. It's not as simple as just filling out forms, although some of you think that. Okay. Um, okay. Yeah, Akedzali Sam. You got your I-130 approved. You got recommend U visa next. What do you mean? What do you mean you got recommend U visa? Your husband is a U.S. citizen. You came at 4 years old. So maybe you, what do you mean? Maybe you don't mean U visa. Maybe you meant something else. Like, what's the next step after I-130 approval? So you're in America. Did you enter with a visa, Sham? Can you join a live show? Sorry, y'all. I would love to provide y'all like a quick strategy session, but you gotta join the live show so I can ask some questions. Otherwise, I'm like going back and forth. Wisdom Seeker. No, I've not read the whole book. I would love it if I had time for that. Um, I need to. Do I have the audio? I need to get the audio version, like 5x speed. Let me scroll back up here. Okay. The other shortcut way, TikTokers, to get your question answered quickly, you could join on YouTube or Facebook. Okay, I think the next person. Nope. Oh wait, no. See, it's throwing me off. How long I-130 taking to approve? Depends. Who you're sponsored by, U.S. citizen or a resident. You by U.S. citizen of I-130 only, about 17 months. Now, please know what they show on the USCIS.gov webpage. It's more of a range than an average. So we have some cases approved in 12 months when it's petition only. If you file I-130 with the 485, then you do not rely on the I-130 processing times. You rely on the 485 processing times, and that's based on your the USCIS field office that's closest to you. Pretty much more of a major city. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm in line here. On track. Zico Don, how long UMVC takes to approve your case? It's not really approval. Maybe that's why you put approved, because it's easier to mention that on the limited characters here. But it's more about NVC documentarily qualifies or documentarily completes your case. It essentially that means that they have reviewed your financial evidence and maybe the criminal record, criminal clearance record. And then moves it to the next step to be in queue, in line for the visa interview abroad. So, I mean, as soon as you upload the documents, at least for us, I don't know if it's different for other people who file on their own, usually a couple weeks. It's pretty quick in that sense. We haven't had like internal complaint with our team about that, fortunately. Okay, let's see here. Cassandra, oh wait, someone with a teddy bear, K1 visa or spouse visa, which one's easier or faster to? The short answer right now is I would recommend getting married to do it that way. But if you want to learn more, you should schedule a strategy session or a pre-qualify session, which, by the way, if you're interested in one of our meetings for this amount with a client care specialist, it is for a limited time. Let me see. It's for a limited time, okay? It's only this amount, less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks. Not sponsored by Starbucks, of course. But if you look during the live show you schedule, we have 3 spots available for that amount. Okay, that's really more for people who want to make sure that we offer the service that you're seeking, and also if you're interested in our services. Okay. Whereas if you definitely want legal questions, you have legal questions that need to be answered, then you schedule a meeting with an attorney, which is 3 digits. I do want to share with you that yesterday, not a couple weeks ago, yesterday, we received in the mail motions filed by the government, Department of Homeland Security. So it's through the court. Okay. It's through the court. Motion to recalendar the hearing. I've had 2 cases yesterday receive that motion. In those cases, we were able to get administrative closure, admin closed. It's kind of like a temporary hold, but not active in the court's schedule, the docket. Those cases were admin closed almost 8 to 10 years ago. That's how far they're going back. So if you have ever had a court case that, if you recall, that's been admin closed, if you ever had a court case, any kind of immigration court case, and you don't remember the outcome, you probably need to talk to your attorney. Okay. So you can Google search if you're like lost track of who that attorney was. at the very least, go online today. Go to EOIR or type it in Google, EOIR automated case information. Okay. If you need that link, you just don't have time to Google, no problem. DM us, send us an email, which the email you can find on our profile link. Okay. Or if we're on YouTube and Facebook, it would look like this, because online you will see the status of your case. Okay. It's not perfect, but it gives you an idea. Let's see here. By the way, it looks like there's a couple of y'all copy and pasting questions. I really try my best to go in order that I receive them. If you want to skip the line, just join as a guest on the live show. Okay, I got another 10 minutes, I believe. Okay, we got someone up here on Maria. Thanks for your question. Can a bona fide letter stop the proceedings? So for U visa, okay, U visa is supposed to traditionally is deferred action. Okay, that would prevent removal proceedings, even to the extent that if you have a removal order from the past, that ICE would still not remove you. It has been very clear that in general, ICE does not give a shit. Okay, sorry, I don't usually curse, but when it comes to my day job, ICE does not care. Okay. So even if you follow our checklist on what to bring, what to have with you, like your receipt notice, whatnot, they will still probably process you. Okay. Even the person that you may have seen on a TikTok video or social media, even mainstream media got a hold of it. A high school student that was about to graduate, like I think he missed his graduation walk because ICE picked him up. It's really effed up. But one of the videos he had mentioned in a press conference that he had to pay $2,000 bond. No criminal history. I guess at least he was released, but 2,000 bond was like ridiculous. He didn't do anything. He just got picked up. So he didn't commit a crime or didn't get arrested in general by local police. Okay, let's get QQ Kwaku 5011. Oh, hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. So, greetings to everybody from Accra, Ghana. Hello, sir. I want to ask a question. Okay. Um, my dad is a U.S. citizen, right? And he filed for me in 2016, May 2016.
Uh-huh.
May 2016. Above 21 years, right? And I was documentarily qualified in November 2022. But as I speak to you, I'm current on the Vista Bulletin, but I've not heard anything yet. The only email I got from them was that my police report had expired and they'll encourage me to get a new one since I'm current.
So if your prior date is current, have you emailed the state that the embassy or consulate yet?
No, I have not. I tried getting in touch with um, um, MVC, but they don't they don't reply my emails and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, if you haven't emailed them since the time your prior date got current, I recommend that first.
Okay, so I
Try
should
that
send them
first.
an inquiry, right?
I'm sorry. Yeah, submit inquiry. I mean,
Yeah, so
Google search the U.S. embassy or consulate in your location to see if you can find a direct email. Okay, put in the case number, the NVC case number, and put in like prior date current, so at least they know.
okay, okay. So
Okay.
since you know more about it, do you think I might get an interview date anytime soon?
Well, you don't want to assume. I can't answer that. It's not automatic. It's not an automatic system. Imagine how many people they're handling across the world, right? So I think there's an assumption, unfortunately, that U.S. government is like world superpower, so we got our shit together. No, we don't. Technology-wise, we don't. So you have to email them. Okay. It's more like a polite email, right? It's like you're just trying to ask, like, or let them know, but my prior date has reached. I want to make sure that it's ready for in queue for interview. in line for
Okay.
interview. Okay.
Okay.
And let,
Okay.
let us
So,
know. Come back to the channel or write as a comment if you don't mind.
all right, sir.
No one's ever told me. I'll be interested to see how quickly they provide you like an interview.
Okay, I sure will.
Thank
I
you.
will send
Good
you
luck to you.
when I get any feedback.
Sure thing.
All right, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye bye. Bye.
All right. Okay. So we got 4 people that are wanted. 4 more people want to join live, and I think that's all I can handle for the rest of this afternoon. Then I got to get to the next meeting. Okay, 5 people. As Matt, by the way, your video request is on the list. I have to record a lot of videos. You're not the only one, but thank you so much for your request. Okay, so I'm gonna add 5 of you on, but we're gonna go one at a time. Okay, so the lineup I got right now is Jeannie, Kiki, Kwame, Kwame. Sorry if I mispronounced. Asma, and then Berlin. Okay, keep me in line here. Okay, Jeannie, you're processing it. So everyone else I'm going to put on mute, okay? Just don't want to forget y'all. Jeannie, are you there yet? I'm going to try to mute everyone else if that's possible. Jeannie. Okay. Well, it looks like Jeannie's still processing. So I think the next person was Kiki. Hello, Kiki.
Hello.
What's
Good
going on?
afternoon.
How can I help you?
I'm good, bro. Yeah, please. I went for a married base interview and I was.
Oh, let me mute the other person. Okay. Sorry, Kiki. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I was denied because my wife was in jail then and I was placed in my proceeding. Actually, tomorrow is my case, which is on the 18th of June. But because of all these things that is going on, I'm just scared. So I want to see my possibility. What are my chances?
What kind of interview?
Yes, no, for my court case.
A court case. Okay.
Yeah, for my denial. So I'm putting removal proceeding because my wife couldn't come to the interview when I went for the interview.
Okay. Was for adjustment status. And so
Yes.
tomorrow you got court. This is your first court date ever?
Yes, first court, yeah. First court date ever.
Uh-huh. I'm assuming you don't have a lawyer?
I don't really have a lawyer now because those lawyers are advising me just to go fair because they said they are not doing more because the money they are charging, so they said I can go first and maybe request for some time more and, come back to them. So I just want to look at my chances because I'm just scared of going to the court tomorrow.
Well, this requires a more in-depth conversation. Where is your court located?
It's in Dallas. Downtown Dallas.
Okay, which is your judge? Do you remember?
And Jennifer, I think Jennifer
Winfield?
Winfield, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Jennifer Winfield.
Have you had a chance to talk to another lawyer? I mean, do you want to?
Like 2 lawyers, but they're saying the same thing because they're charging me for like 10,000, for them to go with me. But some of them advise that okay, I can just go first, and see maybe I can request for more time. Then I come back to them. But I'm just scared. I can't even sleep. I don't know what is going on with me right now.
Well, the thing is, you have to. You're gonna have to. Yeah, I mean that price is pretty average in general, so it's not too far off. But for us, we would charge something like that. I think for the whole thing, in a sense, for court. Our goal is to try to get court canceled, dismissed, but it will take some teamwork. For example, how we would do it is say like if we had more time, or let's say you already had your court hearing tomorrow, right? And the next one could be usually when you request. So what you need to do is ask for attorney prep time, and then that might give you like 30 days, maybe 2 weeks. Okay, so but in the meantime, you need to prepare any evidence possible that you have continued marriage, like as if you're going to the USCIS interview again, and you need to bring more like recent evidence, right? So ideally, you bring something tomorrow just in case. And normally you bring 2 copies, one for the judge and one for the government attorney, just in case they're like. And the thing is, if you're going in person, you need to bring your spouse. Absolutely. Okay.
I'm divorced already.
Oh, you're divorced already.
5 years ago, yeah.
Well, then that.
I just received the letter last year because I moved from where I was based before, and the letter came in. I didn't even expect the letter.
When did you first come to America?
I was in 2018.
Okay, so you obviously don't meet the 10-year rule for cancellation removal. The attorneys you met when they quoted you, did they give you suggestions on what to apply for?
They said maybe asylum or what's the call this thing? This
Withholding or removal? VAWA. Okay, I mean there is something called VAWA cancellation removal. There's also just VAWA in general to file to USCIS. VAWA cancellation removal is an application for the court to receive, and you can have your trial with them. They typically don't go into detail like, oh, tell me everything about the abuse that you suffered for tomorrow's hearing, but you might want to be ready in case they ask you something about it. Okay. This is definitely when you need to, you already talked to a couple lawyers. Any kind of court case, you really need an attorney to help tell the story. It's not President Trump thinks we're coaching clients. We are preparing clients. Okay. If someone says it one way, that's perfectly fine in the sense that you're telling the truth, but the government officer or the judge will could still seem a little confusing. So they need some clarity. And that's one reason an attorney can help. Okay. So, I mean, doesn't sound like you signed a contract with the other law firm, but you're welcome to. I'm in Houston in case you want a second, third, fifth opinion. Okay.
Okay. So what do you think I can do tomorrow? Should I go before contacting you, or what do you think I can do tomorrow?
You need to ask for more time. We call it attorney prep. Well, no, that's what I would say. You need to ask for more time to request to find a lawyer. Just tell them, look, I've already talked to a couple of lawyers that I want to hire, and I believe, based on what I talked to them, I believe I can file an application, and that you're eligible for an application. You don't have to go in detail what it is unless they ask you, but that you need time to find a lawyer, and you should have one in like one or 2 weeks. Okay. But if they tell you like, okay, come back in 2 weeks, even though you say you might hire one in 2 weeks, you also need to give the attorney time to help you prepare. So kindly ask the judge if they can give you, she can give you 30 days at least, just in case. Okay. For the next court hearing. And then, after tomorrow's court hearing, you contact my team. You can call this number. Okay.
Do you think I'm safe? They don't pick people up for, like, they're picking people up for like 2 years. Maybe because I'm still long. Maybe I'm safe.
I mean, based on what it was from the last couple of months, it seemed to be that they're focusing on people from the last 2 years. But from the videos I've seen and other attorneys I've talked to, it seems kind of random now. So, of course, the best case scenario is you have a lawyer with you tomorrow. It doesn't mean we can stop it, but at least we are aware of your situation, and we can file a motion, like a stay of removal with ICE. And, if you have family members, we can keep in touch with them, keep them updated. Okay. But if you're able to get out of tomorrow's court hearing, not arrested or anything, then definitely contact our team for sure. Okay. You're welcome to call now, but I mean, up to you. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Good luck tomorrow. Bye-bye, Kiki. I mean, this is crazy times. If you have a court hearing coming up, you need to have an action plan. Normally for court hearings, master calendar hearing, we think of it as like pre-trial or even final trial, individual hearing. We call it merits hearing based on the facts. Normally, we don't have to have an action plan in terms of like talking to your family. getting them ready in case you're removed or anything, but you need to know. Okay, Kwame.
Hi.
Hi, how can I help you?
Hi, sorry, this is Asmat. We have already talked to each other over the message. So regarding my travel,
Okay, sure.
yeah, to be like I've got my green cards for all of my kids, except me and my wife and one of my sons. So as they and record shows that it has been delivered, but it's not delivered anyway. And then I wanted to visit Dubai. I wanted to go to Dubai, and then I talked to UCIS. They said you need to come with reason, so we'll give you the IT stamp so you can travel there.
Yeah.
So finally, they gave me that stamp on January. So I traveled once and then came back. Now it will be expire on December. We still have time. I can travel again and I can come back, no problem.
Well, what makes you think you have a problem?
I mean, for the new, like, nowadays you can see that in everyone says that a bit hard to go and come back,
Yeah.
especially green card holders. So still, I don't have my own green card as it's lost already, as they said, but I didn't see anything. They in the system shows that it has been delivered, but I didn't see. I fill up the I-90 form too, so I'm waiting for that. It's been like 5 months. Whenever I'm checking, it says everything is completed with us, so you need to wait until the green card will release the new one. So now I have IDT, the stamp, so it works if I go and come back, no problem for this situation.
I don't know. I haven't had a client do that actually with the ADIT stamp only in the passport without the resident card, because
No, I have like SIV visa, special immigrant visa, but it's expired, so it's like there is a number as well, which is my green card number. So that visa is also with me, and then I have my driving license, all in all. So I have a permanent resident, visa. So except that, I have the IGT.
Yeah,
as well.
Are you from Afghanistan national?
Yes, I'm from Afghanistan.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess
Dubai,
around.
not Afghanistan.
I wouldn't mess around with travel. If you don't have a resident card because you lost it, the ADIT stamp is helpful. But look, if you're dealing with customs when you come back, like you probably read, I don't know, from one of my posts or other attorneys, yes, as a resident, you permanent resident, that's an exception that allows you to come back. But if you don't even have your card, who knows? Maybe customs will not accept your ADIT stamp, the 551 stamp, right? I can't tell you. I've never worked for customs. I can tell you what the law is, but what is the reality? Sometimes not the same. Unfortunately.
Because once I go already on the same stamp, I entered back. So now I want to go back just for 1 week in 10 days maybe. So just I'm scared maybe if they will not be stopping me. So that's why
I don't know. I can't tell you. I've never worked for customs. So all right. Good luck. I think that answers the question. Okay. All right. Good luck to you. Bye. Let's put it this way. Okay. I know a lot of y'all concerned about travel, coming back in and out. Hey, I love to travel too. But the thing is, if your nationality is your country of nationality is on a travel ban list, I would, even though you may be a resident and you qualify on an exception list, you just might want to think twice about that travel. Maybe 3 times. Think about that. Is it worth it? Okay. Maybe just travel in the States. I don't know what your reason is to travel outside America. To each your own. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but if you want my best guidance, it's like maybe some of y'all think like, why is there always so many litigation cases? Why are there so many civil cases? Everyone has their own opinion. One side always thinks like they're correct on a law. The law is sometimes not the reality. That is pretty clear with the Trump administration. They don't give a F. Okay. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. So, all right, let's get the next couple of people up live because I got to go soon. Ova, if you want to come up, you got to click on guest. Okay, see you now. I'm going to add Ovo and Starboy, but I'm going to see if Kwame is ready. Hold on, Ovo. Okay, let's see if Kwame. Let's see if this person's available. Let's add Starboy and then Christine. Okay, that. Okay, hold on, Starboy. Okay, hold on, Christine. Okay, I guess Kwame is not available. So let's get Ovo on next. Let me turn off the mic, or turn on the mic if I can. What's up, Ovo?
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
How's it going? How can I help you today?
Yeah, we've spoken before a few times.
Okay, cool.
In regards to my wife's.
Yeah, welcome
DACA,
back. I
right?
recognize your voice.
Yeah,
How you
thank
doing?
buddy? Thank you. So I don't know if you remember, but years ago she had the car accident where again they claimed it was a hit and run, but those charges were dropped.
Okay,
this
good.
was like 5-6 years ago. It was
Okay.
a while back. She was arrested because they claimed, but again, she went through the court and they dropped it. And essentially, it was just a ticket, like you failed to yield. Nothing since. She actually just got her DACA renewal approved last week.
Oh, great.
Right. So, do you think that should there be any concern for her in regards to like what he's doing? Because he's being kind of just lawless at this point,
Oh yeah, it is definitely lawless. It's wild. Is she going to be okay? Well, DACA, deferred action, out of any current application, it seems the safest. It appears to be DACA. So,
Okay.
but of course, I can't give any guarantee about that.
Absolutely. There's nothing. My guards will never go now, obviously,
Right.
because of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And she does have that pending 601A waiver, which she filed last year of 2024 of April.
Mm-hmm.
So we're still waiting on that as well. So you don't think to be really any kind of major concern, except for just lay low, don't go into any cultural picnics or religious sanctuary.
I know, it's crazy, right? I mean, even in Houston, they just hit up a grocery store Fiesta near my office, and so it's very disheartening to hear and hear about it. And it's crazy. I mean, shoot, Uber Eats and those kind of companies are going to get a lot more business these days. Food delivery.
I think I don't know if it's true or not, but I think it was like Uber Eats. They were sharing information with ICE that was helping them catch people. I don't know if that's true or not, but something that I read, which a lot of people are happy with that.
I don't know how they would know if someone's undocumented, but maybe in a way to like confirm address, actually. To match a name, right? Because sometimes government systems may not have the most up-to-date address. That could be a way. I mean, I watched a quick video the other day that Uber CEO was a little chummy with Trump the other day, so it seemed a little strange. Who knows? But I also heard about people like the Uber driver was delivering food, that they have to be careful too. So when they deliver,
there was maybe a month ago, there was an Uber driver, the Uber Eats, and he was delivering McDonald's, and he accidentally crossed the border, and did not allow him to come back in.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so as far as the DACA situation goes, you don't see you're not, because I'm not hearing this at all or seeing this, but as a matter of fact, there was a DACA recipient who left to New Mexico because of his grandfather, and they actually allowed him to come back in after denying. His lawyer shot me back in.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. So I mean,
I was just making sure, like,
what state you located?
Yeah. So your thoughts, Illinois.
Illinois, okay. Yeah, my thoughts are the same. Haven't changed about DACA recipients.
Okay. Because because my wife, she's freaking out.
Yeah, it's definitely understandable. Definitely understandable.
Yeah,
Mhm.
man, I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Well, I do appreciate your help and you bringing me up to have this quick conversation.
Sure.
And I will continue to listen. Thanks,
All
man.
right. Stay safe, Ovo.
Good
Take
luck,
care.
everyone out there. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. All right. All right. So, I need a. By the way, if anyone's wondering about like if you filed your case, put the letter P in the comments. I in my link in the bio and also on YouTube and Facebook. When you click on a link, pick on the one to click on take a poll if you're interested in more real-time processing time trends. We've created a link to make it easier for y'all. It's set up to be anonymous. You don't have to put your name and email. You can if you want to. We signed up with Lawfully Pro on the business account so that hopefully it should email you an update about your case, even with us not being involved. Okay, in your case, I mean. So I got to get approval from my team. But anyway, if you don't mind clicking on that, just type in your receipt number, what kind of application, and we'll go from there. Okay, let's see. Now we got Starboy and then Christine. There we go. Okay, Starboy. Let me see if I can unmute you. What's going on, Starboy? Welcome back, I think.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. My question is, I have I'm a green card holder. I have 10 years green card, and since I've been here, I never went back home. And my parents are one parent. They're very sick, and I take them to a different country. But I like to go and visit them. But I have a case, violence case with theft, assault first degree, and I already went to court, and the judge dismissed the case. But I'm just worried, like if I travel outside when I'm coming back, if it's not gonna be a problem for me.
Which country are you national of?
I'm original from West Africa, but because I'm an immigrant, I've been here for almost 8 years, and I have my 10 years green card. But when I have this case going on, because I have misunderstanding with my girlfriend, and she ended up calling the police on me, and the state filed the case against me, but the judge already dismissed the case. I'm just worried if I travel to that country, because I take my parents from my original country to a different country called Senegal in West Africa, and just to check.
Yeah, I mean, so there's the Lincoln Riley Act that everyone needs to know. That was in the news more so like a couple months ago, I think January. So because of that Lincoln Riley Act, I'm very concerned for many people, even when your case has been dismissed, because the way they phrase the Lincoln Riley Act law is so that they can detain someone even if it's only an arrest. So I'm concerned even if you share the dismissal order and say, hey, my case has been dismissed. I'm not sure quite yet. It's still brand new. It's only less than 6 months. So I don't really have a straight answer for you right now. I'll just, for now, I'd say to not travel abroad if you have some kind of crime that's related to the Lincoln Riley Act, even though it's dismissed. Okay. If you want to have more like conversation about that, you're welcome to schedule a strategy session with one of us attorneys.
Okay.
All right. All right. Thank you, Starboy. Thanks for your patience.
Thank you.
Okay. I think I said this earlier, but if you're interested to taking action on your case, all right, then go ahead to go to the link in my profile, schedule a meeting. You can even do a pre-qualified session. Okay, that's with a client care specialist. That's the first option. And I think we have maybe 3 spots left. So only 3 spots that only cost this amount, less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks. We're not sponsored by Starbucks, but if scheduled during a live show, you can get it for this amount. Okay, so don't miss out because normally it's gonna be triple digits. Okay, let's see. Let's get Christine on. All right. Hi, Christine.
Hello.
How can I help you? Hi.
Hi. I have a question regarding because I am a green card for 10 years and I just applied for the citizenship, but I owe taxes though.
How much?
So is it like?
Just kidding. Don't
Sorry?
tell me. Don't tell me how much.
Okay.
Do you have a payment plan with IRS?
I do have a payment plan.
Okay.
And also
Mhm.
also with the state. So do I need to submit also like a copy for the state or just the IRS?
Only the IRS, but when you have an interview, you can bring both. Okay.
Okay.
Because they're in general they're focused on the
Federal.
federal level. Okay. Have you filed your application?
I did file my application, and also I have pending. I applied for a spousal visa for my husband, so it's under F2A.
Mhm.
It's been like a year now, so I don't know if it's gonna help or something.
F2A, it will help because especially if you don't have kids together, then
We
you
don't
don't.
have kids together.
You do?
We don't have.
You don't.
kids yet.
Okay. So once you become a citizen, it's not automatic. They don't. The same agency don't. They don't know about your case. So you have to update them even about your husband's case so it can get upgraded. Okay, in a sense.
Okay.
So of course we can help with that if you need us to take over. And the reason is
Okay.
because then you don't have to wait for the priority date. It kind of like skips the
Right.
line a little bit. Doesn't mean he's gonna get the interview tomorrow or something, but pretty quick. Okay. So you haven't filed it? Okay. You haven't filed the N400 yet. So, but yeah, I hope that helps for now.
I know. I'm
Okay.
just anxious about it. Like I owe taxes, but I have a payment plan.
Yeah,
I
that's
can
good.
also, like,
That's good. You have an agreement. Just upload that. You can file the N400 online. So just upload as a document, like supporting evidence. Alrighty.
all right.
All right. Happy to help. If y'all ever need help, you know my contact info. It's all over the place. So, alrighty. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank
Good
you.
luck to you. Okay. I tried to get Kwame on earlier, and I know there's a couple other people that want to join live. I'm so sorry. I do have to hop off. Gotta pick up the kiddos. Okay. It's 3:00 ish. It's time to pick up the kiddos. So thank you so much. Y'all have a wonderful day. I will try to go live tonight. So if you haven't already, go ahead and follow, subscribe, and then click the bell for future notifications so you know when I'll be on live. All right.